But like, I don't see it as a bad thing per se. I don't see it as ultra negative. It's just something I'm so hyper aware of. I like to think I'm really independent and can do fun things by myself, which I can. Like, I can, honestly, I can. But I have friends, but I kind of want to change that, because the friends that I do have, when they ask me to hang out with them, I don't want to do it. Even though if I go out there, I'll end up having a good time. I'm just like, dude, if I do not speak, they will not speak. I feel like a rodeo clown, honestly. So, this time last year, I had like no friends at all. Of course, I had my siblings, my family, your like friends that like your brother's roommate and you'll hang out together and throw parties, like that kind of thing. I don't text them every day. I don't hang out with them unless we're like once a month having a group get together, you know what I mean? And so I don't have a best friend. I don't have close friends. I don't have really a friend group except my siblings and who we hang out with. But so this time last year, I was like, I want friends. And so last year in college, I made friends. But for the first time in my life, I noticed that friendship felt different from my previous ones. And I felt like people were just hanging out with me because they knew that I would be asking them questions about themselves. So they only were my friend. They only liked me because I talked to them about them. And so it felt like whenever somebody walked into the room I was in, I would literally have to go, ugh. Because even though we'd end up having a good time, I knew that I would have to start the conversation with asking them a thought-provoking question so they can answer it. And I can do all the talking and I can do all the questioning. So exhausting, honestly. If we're in like a group setting, it's fun because you're in the group setting, you're doing random things, you're in the moment, you're having fun. But when I'm like one-on-one with people, I hate it. I really hate being one-on-one with people because I know I'm carrying the entire thing. And that's so annoying. I don't want to ask questions the entire time. I'm interesting, right? Right? But why is nobody like interested enough to ask me a thought-provoking question? I am not mentally stimulated nowadays, like at all. I've never had that thought until recently. Like, who asks me questions about myself? Nobody mentally stimulates me, and it's so weird to notice that. To like feel like a rodeo clown, to use that term, to feel like I need to entertain my friends to keep them is exhausting. And the fact that I do not feel like I'm getting any stimulation, I'm not getting any benefit from this. It's fun in the moment. It's always fun in the moment. But when it's like 2 hours later, I'm like, dude, I'm not content. I don't feel happy from the connections I've made. I've made so many memories and I've had so much fun making those memories, but I'm not content within the people. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to hang out with people. Like, it's hard for me to like get close to people because at my age, I'm 20, right? Everyone really kind of has, I know it gets harder as you get older, as they say. I don't need to believe all the bad things in life, but I noticed that the people my age, like so many of them already have their best friends. So many of them have their friend groups. And I do not want to intrude. I think it's exhausting to just talk about myself. Like I was just saying, I want people to ask me questions, and I do. But I want to feel they're genuinely interested. I don't want to do that whole friend, like, this is who I am, and then this is who I am to so many different people. And like pick and choose which people I like is just weird to me. I want there just to be like a really natural, organic connection happening where I don't feel like I'm interviewing somebody. That's what it feels like. All of these friends that I made in college last year, it always felt like I was freaking interviewing them. Just what it felt like. Like, I would ask the question, I don't even remember what it would be, but it felt like I was interviewing them. I remember this one scenario with somebody where I had a little crush on him, but like that went away so fast because I was like, dude, he literally doesn't ask a single question. That's the most unattractive thing, to not ask anybody a question. For me, to be attracted to me, you have to ask me things. Like, be a questioning person. Question everything. It's the kind of person that I like, right? And I was just kind of sitting there, and I would ask the question, he would go on a rant about it, which I love when people talk. I love when people are talkers. They just talk. But he would finish what he was saying and just stare at me and be like, and I'd be like, he's waiting for me to ask another question. He was literally waiting for me to ask another question. In my head, I'm like, literally, what do I do if I don't have another question? I was interested in the subject, but I'm like, you only want to talk about yourself. That's so unattractive. But obviously, we weren't even, like, on a date. Like, it wasn't even like that. It was literally just us at a table, like, doing homework, and other people were everywhere because we were just with friends, and I'm like, dude, I don't like you anymore. Like, this is not how I view a friendship at all. And so I got over that. And then, but these friends that I have, I just feel so closed off. I hate texting people. I hate calling people. I think I like ghost everybody, and I feel like a loser, and I feel so bad. But I just don't feel the need to hang out. I feel like if I really had true friends, I would want to hang out with them, but I don't. Like, I love hanging out with my siblings. I'm so excited to do things with my siblings and, like, our friends that we have together as siblings, which are my brother's roommates. I'm so happy to do whatever. I don't care what we do. I love being with them. I love having a good time and eating food. But when my separate friends ask me to do something, I'm like, dude, I don't want to do it. Like, someone asked me on a hike. Someone earlier, like, a couple days ago, somebody asked me to go on a hike, and I'm like, I don't know them. I'm gonna literally have to talk the entire time. I'm just gonna have to lead the entire conversation. Especially if I don't know the energy of that person. I hate being uncomfortable, and I just hate being, like, I'm fine with silence if I know the person, but goodness, because I love being alone. So I am silent 75% of the day. Unless it's like I'm talking in my head constantly or a little bit out loud, but I am quiet the entire day, mostly because I'm just alone doing things by myself. But when I can talk, right? But people text me, and I just don't want to answer them. I don't want to have a conversation over text. I don't want to have a phone call. I just want to be alone, listen to music, and then go on a freaking walk and go on a run and do whatever I want, and read and crochet outside and just be by myself and do things by myself. However, when I'm like going on a drive, I'm like, how cool would it be to have somebody going on a drive with me, just because they want to be with me in, like, my presence, not because they think we're going somewhere fun. Because I just do things spontaneously. Like, I drove around, went to a city, looked up what parks are near me, ended up going on this great greenway, which was really cool. Kind of had a weird experience with a man. Like, I passed this man, he had, like, a fishing pole attached to his belt at his hip, and I was like, okay, hi, you know what I mean? Like, I waved to everybody. That's a really cool thing. You just waved to everybody as you pass them, and so, like, he smiled at me, I smiled back, I was like, cool. But for some reason I felt the need to turn around, because we were going opposite directions, you know, this is me, this is him, we're going opposite directions, and then I turn around, he is standing still, just watching me walk. And I was like, I fast walked all the way back to my truck. I was kind of, like, afraid, like, what the heck? He literally stopped walking and was just staring. I was afraid. He was, like, older, in his 30s probably, and so I don't know. He probably has a wife. I don't even know. That's scary. That's scary to me. But I don't know if he has a wife. That's off topic. I'm just saying, it'd be so cool to have somebody alongside me going on these random adventures and thinking they're as cool as I do. Like, walking on the greenway and then, like, ending up in downtown area and being able to walk to different shops. I want someone to be like, this is so fun, I'm having a great time. I want somebody to have a great time, like, in my presence. Because I'm so easy to entertain. I'm so easily entertained. I'm so easily amused. And I appreciate the small things so much. I'm so grateful for the small things. But, like, I just want to meet somebody like that. I don't necessarily believe in opposites attract. I want somebody that is as passionate about random things as I am. You know what I mean? But I just want to, like, have friends that are passionate about things and just love to talk. And they want to know things about you. Like, that's the thing. I want to feel like somebody is interested in me. I want to feel like people like me. But I don't feel that. I feel like I'm always the one asking questions. And so that steers me away from people, and I feel like that's why I don't have friends, because I keep on meeting people that don't stimulate my mind, and because of that, I don't want to hang out, so I have no friends. I think that's it, and that's like, that needs to change ASAP. Because I hung out with somebody today because I kind of had to. They were a partner for a project I'm in. That was actually really fun. That was actually really cool. Well, he's in his 40s, so he's like he won't be my best friend. I have no friends, and that's kind of okay though. I'm okay with being alone. But I, like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I love being alone. It's actually really fun to do whatever I want and not be like, I want to go. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, how cool would it be to do all these fun random things, like eat McDonald's in the parking lot at 10 p.m. Like, to do that with somebody and just laugh about nothing. That is like beautiful. Because I couldn't do that alone. I'm not gonna eat ice cream. I'm not gonna eat ice cream in my truck alone at 10 p.m. at night in McDonald's parking lot eating ice cream. I'm not gonna do that by myself. I'm just not. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna do that. Versus, you know, doing it with somebody and you're just like, that's fun. Getting a sundae that's like a terrible McFlurry with a friend, and then getting the Minecraft grimace egg is the best. Stupid random moments that I'll never forget. It's the best. Simple things make me happy, like I said, but still, where are they at? Where is everybody at? Also, what makes me steer clear from connection sometimes is that I hate rejecting people. The majority of my friends that I made last year were all men, all guys my age, and I would say over half of them ended up asking me out. And I was like, dude, like, it's so awkward to say no to your friend. I'm like, no. And so that makes me steer clear from potential friendships because of potential rejections. I just don't know what it is. I don't think I found my people. I really don't. And I don't want to seem really ungrateful. I hate sounding ungrateful for the people in my life. But I think I just desire new people that really fill my cup, you know what I mean? I haven't had a good friendship in 2 years. I haven't had a good friendship. It's been a couple years, and it's been a while. And I have always had a best friend. If somebody moved away from me, I always gravitated towards somebody, and we locked in, and we were so close. But after high school, when I fell out with my best friend of like 4 years, I just haven't been able to have friends really and connect with somebody closely. And it's hard. And I feel like I'm ready. Because I feel like I'm cool. And I'm so like excited to make memories with somebody again. So, here's to hoping. Bye-bye.